Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And wow, we got another absolutely fantastic show coming your way. As you see, all week we've been having an absolutely fantastic show. But I am so into this show today because my very, very good friend, back in Temecula, Teri Sue Parker is joining us again. She's been on the show a few times. But she's joining us again to talk about a lot of things that she is doing and her foundation and is doing for others. So I want everybody to lock in and become part of the conversation. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing good, James. I'm doing great. Yeah, we love having Teri Sue Parker on the show. She's doing some amazing stuff with her nonprofit organization. We're going to learn a little bit more about it and a little about her.
Wow. And so I'm locked in. Hey, how you doing, Todd? How you doing in San Diego?
I'm always good. Excited for today's show. It's going to be a very impactful one.
It's going to be impactful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week in the studio.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I tell you what we're going to do is lock in all of the platforms and let's get it started.
All right, we'll be starting here in about 30 seconds.
About 30 seconds, and is it sunny there?
Yeah, the sun just broke out right now. It was a little bit cloudy earlier on, but it broke out, and I'm loving this weather. It's not a heat wave, so it feels good.
Well, I'm hoping that Temecula is a little cooler when we get there. We get there Saturday, so Michelle and I are excited and coming in the studio, which ain't been.
All right, we're starting here in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way. Got this guest that's on the show. Been knowing her and her husband for quite some time, and she always brings joy to Michelle in our lives. And we're going to talk about a lot of things today. And just having her back on the show, it kind of like uplifts my heart and knowing that she's okay or getting okay. Well, 'cause we both got something in common. We'll talk about that one later. So, how you doing, Michelle? How you doing?
I'm doing great. And I love having Teri Sue Parker on the show. I mean, she is so vibrant. She's so excited and basically passionate about what she does and how she gives back to others. And we're going to learn a little bit more about that today.
Wow, I tell you what, I can't wait to get started. So, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether it's E360 TV, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, or 6 to 8 live platforms, welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments on whichever platform that you're watching us on and ask any question that you might have, or you can pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, can you please introduce the title of the show? Can you introduce the purpose of the show and introduce this absolutely wonderful guest?
Oh, most definitely. Well, today's title is called Good Samaritan Community Food Pantry. And we're having a conversation with the founder, Teri Sue Parker. And she's going to talk about educating and changing the public perception, what a food pantry really is, about the quality over quantity services and items provided. And, we're going to talk about, holiday season is coming up. Let's just admit that. So what the organization does for the community during the holiday seasons. So Teri Sue Parker began her career community service in Lincoln City, Oregon. She raised her 2 daughters, hosted a local TV show. After marrying her husband, Dr. Bruce Parker, and moved to Temecula, she found her place making a difference in community service. She has founded, originally called Operation Temecula Food Drive, and she reached out to local businesses, received a first charitable donation from a loving Chamber of Commerce member, which validated the need for this service. Since then, she's fed hundreds of isolated seniors, cancer patients, wounded veterans, and families at risk. Now, her organization is known now as Good Samaritan Community Food Pantry. And besides serving the isolated seniors and families at risk, she also gives special services and does amazing things during the holiday season. So please welcome back to the show, Teri Sue Parker.
I love the sound effects. Those people are not in my house, but they're in my heart.
How you doing, Teri? How you doing?
Better now. I'm grinning. This is the first, well, except for seeing Pink in concert. What my dad used to say, ear to ear grin. And I'm feeling myself come back from a lot, as I know you are.
Well, I want to thank you. I know that you had a tragedy in your world 4 months ago, and then I had one probably
2 weeks.
2 weeks later, and you uplifted me and Michelle, and you made me focus on getting back out there doing the things that I was doing, and I'm hoping that you're doing those things too, just to get back out there, do the things, and plus you just had 2 beautiful twins.
Grandbabies. We just became grandparents. It was it was a God shot big time, because I kept telling Bruce, don't ever say this, by the way, nothing can happen until August. I've made 3 trips to Oregon this year, still running Good Samaritan, and I just said nothing can happen until after the shower, and nothing can happen until they're born. And man, they showed me who was in control. God showed me who was in control, because it was not me. So you go through a tragedy, and then you get blessed within months of each other. And what do? And like you, 2 weeks after I went on the show talking about donating Bruce's organs and getting letters from him, and the gentleman I talked to, and we kept saying, JC, it could be any of us. You kept saying it could be your loved one. Make sure you pick somebody. And I'm telling you, it shows you again who's in charge, because 2 weeks later, you had a tragedy of a lifetime, which knocked me off my feet. But you kind of got back out better than I did, because you have a lot bigger family. I loved seeing the connection that you have with your family and the way that you guys handled it, and you kept the show running. And I have had to take a step back for a few months and breathe. you know.
And sometimes, it's we have to sit back, and I believe, Terry, that God talks to us.
Oh yeah.
A lot of different ways, and sometimes it's not what we expect at that particular time. But I believe that as long as we just don't crumble and just go to the dark side, God always delivers us with joy, because joy comes in the moment. That's what it comes
so true. It was like, and like you said, you can't crumble, but you do. But man, mental health, there's so many, my eyes are open just to so many things. I told Michelle I was listening to Jelly Roll, and it's I'm not okay, but everything's going to be okay. I blast that song, Sorry Neighbors, every single day, and in a good way, because I didn't even know who Jelly Roll was until I heard this song that touched my heart so strong that when I hear it now, like I just heard it, I blast it, and if he can, I can. And if you hear his story, and Pink's story, and I'm healing in the weirdest separate ways. And I see Bruce, I get God shots. It's like something like that'll happen, or a song, or WWBD. What would Bruce do? It'd be the opposite. No, I'm just kidding. But I think we had a strong enough foundation, and he believed in me enough and loved me enough to carry on. And we talked openly about, we had just been at a celebration of life, and he goes, so where do you want to be if I drop dead? Seriously, we had conversation on Saturday like that. Do we want to be here, or do you want to be somewhere else, or what's your plans? And he was a thinker and a planner, and I couldn't think past, well, I got to get the food boxes out. So he was that part of me. He was the calm. He was the calm before the storm. He was the one that goes, we got to make it a 501c3. And I'm like, I don't want to make money. I just want to help people. And he said, you got to have money to buy food, pay the bills. So I really missed that part. But I'm seeing things that he said when I go, that doesn't make sense. And I brushed it off. Oh, that's why he said that. Oh, that's why. Oh, I see how much the refrigerators are. I get it now. Your money does make the world go round. I mean,
it does, and you and Bruce, Good Samaritan, doing so many great things out there, and you will continue to carry on that battle. I always like to throw a wrench in here. I love you. You there. What if you had to describe yourself with one adjective? What would that be, and why?
Tell me what an adjective is. Just kidding.
Adjective is, something like perseverance or
audacious. I don't know. Bruce called me. It was audacious. I go, I have to look that up. And then I went to Tina, the chiropractor you've had on. She was a chiropractor for my neck. She used to have a meeting, and it was audacious. And I go, well, I have to look that up and see what it means. So I guess I'm going to use that word just because you put me on the spot with it. And not flamboyant. Oh, they wanted to call me glamour. I go, I'm not glamorous just because I get up and put makeup on and get dressed every day. I do that for myself, and I don't leave the house. And they wanted to call me glam. I go, no, I'm Grandma Sue. They're like, okay, corrected. So I just, I guess audacious, because I read what it was.
Audacious is a great adjutive.
Well,
and, Dr. Tina, her organization, and she's audacious as well.
Yes, she is.
We're going to have to take a station break. When we get back,
I have to relook it up.
when we get back, we're going to talk to hear a lot more. We're going to talk about the food pantry with Samaritan. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do, just go to the platform that you're watching this on. Ask any question that you might in the comments. I promise you will get your answer. You can pick up the phone and dial 1-888-34-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right.
Country life and back again, sharing its hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your.
Well, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm sitting here talking to my great friend, Teri Sue Parker, and some of the things that she is doing, not just in Temecula, but in the San Diego area, and also a big influence to people around the world. I mean, because she started this foundation, Good Samaritan, her and Bruce, Community Food Pantry, and it's just reaching others. And Teri, you had mentioned something to me right before the show started. It's going down to Pepco Park, seeing the folks out. That's the homeless. There's not. I mean, that's a lot of people forget that people are out there and they don't have food. They don't have this. They don't have that. And I believe many hearts that's out there don't care. But you're not one of those. You agree?
Yeah.
I mean, ever since I've been knowing you, I mean, it's just love.
You say that, and I was walking on the sidewalk, and I'm not someone that can walk over someone to get to a Pink concert. And I saw a post from a while back, and it was about someone's adventure on a wine tour, or they said, I even had to walk over a homeless person to get into the celebration. And man, that hit me. I literally that day lost all respect for that person. And the thing is there's people that will walk over. There's people that will turn away. There's people that will say it's their fault. They've given up. You know what I kept saying at the Pink concert is, why did they give up? They've just given up. This one man he was just sleeping right in the middle of the sidewalk. And like you said, we're in a nice area. We're in Temecula. Well, there's food insecurity and people aren't choosing it. And it's 4 houses up from me. And in some cases, yes, I believe maybe they're more comfortable. Maybe you get to a point where you're so far down that it's hard to get back up. And I've been there, and I think I've never really outed it, but why I have such a passion for this is I've been that person that put myself in a bad situation, and I had to walk. It took me 11 times to walk by a food pantry to walk in and ask for help and get a voucher for a hotel. And because of that voucher and because of 2 bags of food, I continued. I got 2 jobs the next day, and my life, this was over 25 years ago. I don't know which direction I would have gone if it wouldn't have been for the food pantry, if it wouldn't have been for the choices that I had to make, if I would have gone left instead of right. I could have given up so many times. And because of 2 bags of food and a food voucher, too proud to call home. So I still had the pride. I think they still have it. But like you were saying, I see it different because I have had a quarter in my pocket and didn't know whether to use it back then it was for the telephone to call for help or to get a bag of chips out of the vending machine. Yeah, that was back when it was a quarter. So it's been a lifetime goal. I think the way I was brought up also, help thy neighbor, grew up on a farm in Oregon, wasn't given anything, wasn't entitled. And I so give that praise to my parents. But it literally lasted a lifetime. And also you almost have to have gone through it to get it. And if you haven't, you're lucky, you're blessed, and God bless you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
I believe just me, that if you don't go through certain things, it does not create certain ethics and values in an individual. And if everything is always easy for you, when you fall down, kind of hard to get back up because you expecting somebody to pick you up.
Right.
So let's talk about the Good Samaritan Community Food Pantry. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners about your organization? When did you create?
First, JC, I had to tell you, I looked back up Audacious and it said showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. I loved it. I would have put authentic, I think would have been what I said if I wouldn't have just audacious. Well, yeah, that was it. Starting a food pantry in my garage with a table and a sign during a global pandemic and didn't ask, just did it. And for it to bloom, I guess that was a bold risk, but also being authentic, being your authentic self, which is being who you say you are. So right now, Good Samaritan has kind of changed the face a little bit due to I'm on my own. I probably won't be located here forever. This is a really big house. We used our home for good. I was really, really proud of that, but I never felt the house was too big because it was a food pantry and it has a business license and I used every part of the house. And there's more stuff for other people in the house than there was for us. And Bruce still had his office upstairs, was working on his coaching, but he let me do my thing. And then being out in the garage, it's been 4 years and thousands of people's lives have been changed. And if I could, it was the community coming together. They said, build it and they will come. And man, I was knocked down so many times. Saying we're going to run out of food or this or that. And every single time something showed up at the door. And so what we are is a homegrown, healthy food pantry. So I also try to keep it. I just feel like if you give somebody a box of of cans, which is fine. I love all of the food pantries in our area, and I think they're doing a great job, but it's really hard right now because food is very, very expensive for everyone.
Hey, Terry, hold that thought. We got somebody on line one.
Oh, we do? Don't make me cry. Who is
Ashley,
it?
are you there?
That's my daughter.
Hi, this is your daughter, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. She called in last time, JC, when we were at your house.
Oh yeah. How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm at work right now, but I wanted to say hi, and I love you, and I'm extremely proud of you.
Proud of you too. I love you. She also
love
she carries on that giving spirit. Are you going to get fired?
I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Hey, thanks, Ashley, for calling in.
That's so cute. She's in Markleyville, California. It's snowing already.
Already?
But I have to tell you real quick, this is a child of me and Sabrina, who had the twins. This is not the one that had the twins. She's a regional chef, but these girls saw what we were doing when I did this in 97 at Ocean Lake Broadcasting. So we were the family these were the girls that remember being Secret Santas, not what they got for Christmas. And if your kids turn out good, I just got chills. She was teaching at a high-risk school for grade schoolers at the time of the global pandemic. And her and a coworker took it upon themselves to pack lunches, about 100 a day. Pack lunches, homework. She was the light I'm going to cry. She was the light in these kids' lives. Every day, Monday through Friday, snow, sleet, and I'm talking snow over her house. It didn't matter. And something for the dog. So they would pack lunches every day and get people involved in it. And they would go out, and they did that for a few months, over 100 houses a day. She saw living conditions that no one should ever have to see. And she'd tell me about it, but instead of walking over the person or just saying they're not my problem, we're closed, the school, I'll just go on unemployment, whatever. She took action. And when I saw her doing that, I should have brought the picture up. I've done my job. But that came from her too, her heart. Both girls are the same way. So they she goes, Mom, you wouldn't believe the living conditions of some of these people are living in, but at least they knew they were going to have breakfast and lunch and then their homework and keep up with their school. Through the whole pandemic, they did this. So that was Ashley, but just called in.
Wow. That means that
from work.
that means that you instill the right ingredients, a giving heart, a heart that cares. And just like I mentioned, I wish we had so many others that thought about others opposed to just locked in on themselves. I, me, my.
Right.
We can't survive if it's all about locking in on you. And as you already know, my nonprofit, I love our youth, and I love our young adults and everybody.
Well, that's where it starts.
It's all about giving. And what you all are doing, you all are giving so much. So what is the primary mission? We got 2 minutes before the break. What's the primary mission that you want to accomplish for Good Samaritan Community Food Pantry?
We need to get back on our feet. We need donations to come back in. I've got the refrigerators plugged back in, and we're doing a reboot. I either go one way or the other. I either get rid of all the refrigerators, go a different direction, still have the 501c3. I'm not starting over, just continuing, but we need a reboot. So we need to pretend or get ready for like we're in a global pandemic. Those hearts and the people that gave and needed somewhere to give at that time, I'm ready for it. So I didn't know if I was going to be. Somebody said, are we still doing Good Samaritan? And I'm like, it's been 4 months. I had to take care of a few things that I really had to take care of